So I am going to talk about debugging. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Interested in getting some feedback on it. If it works, doesn't work, let me know. So I'm going to talk about debugging and some of the sort of basic stuff in Node. And then in this block, it's all going to be about debugging, and we're going to go into some more advanced topics. But preparing for this talk, I reached out to some friends and asked what they wanted to hear about debugging, and I got some really interesting responses. It's not really directly related to this. But I was able to sort of, from that, get a good sense of some of the things that I need to discuss. So, debugging is insanely broad, and you know, we have some very advanced techniques that we talk about a lot in Node, but they aren't our day-to-day bread and butter. They are frequently for solving very hard to solve and esoteric problems. A friend of mine who is a very prolific author and has probably 10 to 15 years of programming experience described his approach to debugging as staring at the screen of the computer for like half a day. As the way he works through these problems. So if you take one of your basically top tier module authors in Node and look at in reality what the actual approach is, it's really quite simple. And that process of loading into your wetware, what's going on. In that questionnaire, everybody, there are like 2 people that didn't go there, but everybody was like, oh my god, why do people hate console log? Someone that was a little bit more front-end inclined even like took it to the extended that into alert. It's like, why do people hate these things? These are useful things. These are some of the things that are the foundations of the way we work. And I'm going to leave slides B because this talk really doesn't lend itself too much to just showing pictures of it. I wanted to share a little bit more of the experience of it. So, let's dive in here. I'm going to open up our first one. So, I'm going to be working with a very, very simple application. If you were to spec it out, it is Hello World. If you don't pass in any arguments, then, oh, I have a really small horizontal space on it. So if you don't have any input in the URL, it's going to output world. Otherwise, it's going to output a name or whatever the string value is. That functionality is not really the point. So I have this basic server. I'm going to spin it up and get this one started, and oops. Okay. Alright, so, and then we're going to give this a try. So 81, and that's not working as I planned. So let me go back and see what's going on here. I'm doing some sort of message here, so I'm going to get that out, have a look at that. I also don't like that I have to go and fish around. So I'm going to add a listening listener for when the server starts up. Okay. And we're going to output listening. And I'm going to put in HTTP because it's going to give me a nice clickable thing in my terminal. So we're going to string and a port. Alright. The inputs for this are the address and the port. Okay. So that is going to give me a little bit more information about what's going on here. Alright, awesome. It's listening. I can click on this and go check it out. If I go to my location here, I can drop in DShaw. Still no love. So what's going on here? I have this rec URL thing. Let me go in and have a look at that. We're also taking that, we're splitting it. So split that up too. And let's go run this and see what we got. So, I believe I have a failed assumption in what's going to happen with that split. So if I go and change that, I'm going to get something saner, and boom. With that little bit of extra metadata, I now have been able to sort of get a better understanding and pull that in. Alright, so I am going to go on to our next example. I have these built out into progressive enhancements. So the next step, we've integrated those in. If I view this from my browser, then that kind of sucks. Every time I hit this, the browser, the requests to favicon are going to come in. So that's really inconvenient. I want to get that out of the way, and I am going to cheat ahead and pull in the next iteration. We're going to pull that out of the picture, just bury that request to favicon, and go. Okay, and 3, great. So that's good. We can go to our browser, check that out, and then we should be able to see that we don't have the problem with the favicon anymore. So this is, we're kind of grinding our way through some debugging. Obviously, this is an opportunity for us to go write some tests around this, but this isn't testing, this is debugging. So not going to go into that, but definitely the next programming flow would be to go and put some tests around this to make sure that our assertions are better. And just a quick tangent there. You're going to want to write a test around just that functionality. Break down to a nice unit. Don't try to handle the actual request until a later testing iteration. So let's head down to the next level. All right, so that was console. We're feeling a little bit better about our application. It's getting a little bit more mature. I'm going to bring in a more production quality logger and integrate Bunion. It's a great logging library and produces JSON output. So it's really convenient, and you can do some fun thing munging that data. So let's launch number 4 here. Okay. Okay, so you see now that that data has gone, and we have not only the logging information, but we have metadata around what the app was, the location of it. We're putting this into a production system. We're going to have a lot of logs from a lot of locations, and this gives us some information that we can actually work with, and it's all conveniently time-stamped. So a quick look at what this can end up looking like for. So take this, and I'm going to bring it into more of a production ready setting. So we've taken this going standard out, and I'm not going to set up a system where we're actually going to take out the execution here, but basically what I'm setting up is an environment similar to an environment like we'd be running it in production. Do not put your logs in temp. I'm being lazy and making it so I don't have to clean up after myself, but yeah, that's one thing I'm showing you that you should not be doing. Log, and I'm going to take the standard error and bring that into standard out so we can make sure we get all of our output. Alright, so that's going to be going to temp log. I'm going to tail that, and temp log 5. And we're going to pipe that to Bunion, a command line tool. And then we are on A4. Alright. 5? Failed connection! Thank you. Alright, there we go. And so that JSON log data was then translated into something a little bit more readable, and we have some nice metadata in there around our particular request. So I'm going to take this to the next evolution of this app. We decided that that was good. Maybe we'll go to and make this a more stable app, and we're going to pull this into Restify. This is has been handed off and ready to go deploy this, and okay, that's it, and okay, that's not what I was expecting to get. So let's look at this. Most of that real estate as back as I can. So that name on params. All right, I'm just gonna go in and. Ace debuggers. Thank you. So I'm gonna go and it's really hard to fabricate these kinds of errors. But I actually wrote this one. I actually wrote this signature. All right, so I'm gonna kick that guy off. Oh, we still have something else going on. We have this send method, and it's on the response. That seems totally sane. That should exist. Let me go in and with Node Inspector, see what's going on. So I'm going to grep node, other node, and there it is, cloud up node. And there on my system, it's awesome. So I'm going to go and send the signal user 1 to our app. Okay, boom. Starting into debug mode, I'm gonna run Node Inspector. Shout out Danny. Danny Coates is here. You should say hi. Thank you for Node Inspector. And props to StrongLoop for making it work in Node 10 and putting some love behind it. So appreciate that. All right, so let's go into Node Inspector and see what's going on. All right, so I'm gonna drop in a breakpoint and make a request. Okay, so looking at the scope here, I see, as someone shouted out, that I have my request as a server response and my rest is an incoming message. Something's really not right. So I have a error there in my signature. I'm gonna kick that off. Boom. We're fixed. Now that resolved there. It did not save here, so I'll fix that in our code and onward and upward. So that's great. Now I'm going to skip over one thing real quick and dive into this crazy thing back here. So a little proxy, bunch of servers, and we're going to spin this up. And we're going to have a little agent here that is going to randomly spam that and give some names. Alright, so we go here to our browser. I wanted to share this tool called Papertrail that I've been really happy with. At Boxer, we dealt with terabytes of logs every day. This is not a terabyte level tool, but if you're kind of in the growing startup phase, if gigabytes is more where you're at, or if you're still working towards gigabytes, then I really recommend this. It's fantastic. Along the lines of some services that cost millions of dollars. So check this out. This is taking all of my logs here and outputting this all out. And then if I want to go in here and view a single log line, I can deep dive. It's a really straightforward way to tail your entire architecture. So, oh, I've used the internet, and the demo gods are frowning on me. I didn't have a chance to plug in before we got out there. So I recommend checking out Paper Trail. Thanks for letting me get through that request. That was awesome. And yep. Thanks for your time.